guys, this is Brandy, otherwise known as Mystery of Diamonds, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hey y'all. Alright, we got us the sweet tooth nails. So that means I am going to be doing my Wip and Chat on sweet tooth. Now, I will say I haven't gotten very far, but that was because this first section that I did last week, I didn't have any ABs or sparklers that I had gotten in, and I did go and I ordered some, so I had to go and take out, and I know that I don't know that the camera will show you, but like, oh my gosh, it is looking fabulous. I am so pleased with how this is looking. And so, this is the collaboration that I am doing with my bestie, Kara, from The Principal Painter. And we are working on Sweet Tooth. See, here's my Sweet Tooth girl. I always keep this in the top of my Harbor Freight so that, because I have multiple Harbor Freights and I want to make sure that I'm not getting the wrong one. And so I always put that back when I'm working on it. So, what we've been doing is this collaboration is for the whole month of December. And we are talking about things that have to do with Christmas or things that are sweet for us. Last week I talked about family traditions. And I asked y'all, what were some of the family traditions that you guys have? And I will say, I was so pleased with some of the answers. Like, oh my gosh, some of y'all have some absolutely amazing family traditions. And I kind of want to pull up a few of those to highlight before I get started. One of the things I will go ahead and say, for those that don't know, this is Sweet Tooth. It is by Micah Jelena from Diamond Art Club. And she, oh my God, we saw her, we had to have her. And I am so glad that I've got her, because even just this little bit that I've done is absolutely amazing. I'm excited that I get to get in here to some of the suckers and candies. So I am really looking forward to that. So I kind of wanted to share some of the traditions that some of you guys talked about, because I'm telling you, I was extremely impressed. I like the fact that there were some people that talked about, same as me, that they went to their grandparents' house for Christmas. Because I know that I did as well. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping that my children are going to want to do the same, when their kids are, or when they get kids. Which, by the way, I better not be made a grandma too soon, because, yeah, I'm not ready. They're not ready. It's not time for me to become a grandmother yet. Obviously if I did, I would love and spoil those kids like nobody's business. You better believe that. But, my kids are still, now see, look at that. See, look at that. Okay. See, I put up the number 1 because I didn't think I saw any ones. And isn't it always, just like Carrie says, she says that the canvas has babies. And yes, this canvas had some babies. It had some baby ones. But luckily for me, that one is one of mine that I have in ABs. Yeah. So I get to put me some ABs on here. And I have made sure, one of the things that I've noticed is that if you have brand new wax in your pen, boy, these ABs will snatch it out there like really super quickly. And so I've tried to keep old old ABs in there, but oh my gosh, y'all, like, look at these sparkles. Oh, and I know you can't really see it that well. Let me see if I can fix that. Now this is a darker purple, but it is so, so pretty. Um, so let me put these on, and then I'm going to look at some of the other traditions that you guys put in. I was really surprised, and I do know it is more difficult because this year, being in a pandemic, we're not being able to go out like we normally would to do the holiday celebrations. And I'm going to kind of talk about my situation a little bit, but I want to celebrate you guys before we get into that. So I had some that talked about going to grandparents. I love the fact that there was another one that talked about having going over for Christmas Eve for snacks and to hang out with each other. You know, and that's amazing because, you know, you don't have to have a whole huge meal, right? You ain't got to just be able to hang out with family and everything, and even if it's just snacks. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that we went over, and when we have our cookie day, you know, we just have barbecue weenies, and usually we have some meatballs and some chili. We didn't have that this year, and some chips and stuff, because we're just kind of munching as we go through, just munching and hanging out. That's what we call it, munching and hanging out. Now I found this one was really, really cool. Talked about the adults decided to purchase one gift and play a Secret Santa dice game. And the gift has to be gender neutral, and any age can use the gift, and a maximum spending limit. I mean, my gosh, that means everyone picks from the pile and then takes a turn rolling the dice. And whatever number that you get, it passes to your left or right, and you could steal someone else's gift or open it and see what you got. I mean, that sounds like an absolutely amazing, and girl, I may have to see if I can use that tradition, because that sounds kind of fun, you know, once we get out of this whole COVID situation. And I like how we had another one talk about having like an open house with a huge buffet. A word name game. Ooh, I'd kind of like to know like what a word name game is. That sounds like it might be really fun. And you know, just wow, I'm telling you, I think so that would be interesting to know, like what kind of word name game could you play, especially for Christmas? Oh my gosh. Okay, now this another person talked about having a family tradition of opening one present on Christmas Eve. So you get something like socks, pajamas, popcorn, a mug, some hot chocolate, and a movie. Like, hello, I would love that for a Christmas Eve gift, because then, right, you could get all in your Christmas socks and your pop your popcorn, watch you a Christmas movie, right? You know, because not everybody's ready to go to bed like straight follow on Christmas Eve. Oh no, you know, everybody's hyped up and ready. So I really like that one. Another one talked about decorating gingerbread houses. Oh, that, you know, that job was taken away from me this year because we didn't have a gingerbread house, but that's usually my job. Granted, the problem is I tend to eat the candies before I put it on the gingerbread house. So my gingerbread house doesn't have as many candies on it as it should have, because I kind of get hungry and I eat it as I'm playing it, or as I'm decorating it. Another person talked about seeing Christmas lights at the Capitol and the zoo and Botanic Gardens. Oh my gosh. I mean, seeing a Christmas play, see, that sounds so cool. Another person talked about being able to wrap presents, help their parents wrap presents. See, that right there, like I will go ahead and say I am not a fan of wrapping the presents. I'm going to do a little bit more diamond painting, then I'll go into a few more of these. But I will tell you, one of the reasons I think that my mother she is what I call an expert gift wrapper. You know, she could be one of those people that works in the mall wrapping Christmas presents for people, because her tucks look so impressive, you know, and you have that absolutely perfect looking, looking package, right, with the bows and everything. Now, the other thing that my mom does, and I think the reason she started this was all because of me. When I was younger, I will admit, you know, I think all of us at some point wanted to know what kind of presents we were getting, right? And so I had this ability to be able to carefully peel back the tape and open the present and see what it was, and then put the tape back on and put it back under the tree. So I knew what I was getting for Christmas. Now I know, right? That should have spoiled the surprise, but I don't know. It was like a challenge, right? Well, then my mom got tired of, you know, she figured out what I was doing, because, well, not so much as she figured out as she caught me. You know, I thought I was being super stealthy, right? I thought I was going in under the radar. I was going in there. I was very carefully opening it up, no noises, or so I thought. But I swear, my mom, I inherited my super hearing from my mother, because she came in and she caught me and she's like, "What are you doing, Brandy?" I was like, nothing. It looked like the tape was off this one. I was just putting it back. Oh, she caught me. She knew better. And see, and I couldn't blame it on nobody else. I didn't have any siblings. It's not like I say, well, so and so opened the presents and now I've got to fix it. You know, no, it was all me. If it was something, it was me, and I was caught red-handed. So from that point on, and my mother still does it to this day, when she wraps a present, every conceivable opening on the present is covered with tape. I mean, like, she can go through half a roll of tape with just one present. And so when you get your present, you're like sitting here searching and trying to find something that you can rip and pull open. But no, not my mom. She was like, it was going to be a chore. It was going to be a chore. You were going to be happy to be able to open that present once you could finally get it open, because it was such a chore just trying to get in there. And like I said, she still does it to this day. So like this year, obviously with the pandemic in the world and whatnot, we are not going to be able to, oops, I got two drills down, get off the canvas. We're not going to be able to see my mom this year. So, you know, she has sent, Christmas, you know, she's already sent stuff to us. So, you know, and it's sad because I do miss seeing my mom. But I'm telling you, she wrapped up the one present she sent me, which I was actually happy to receive. I liked it because we've been wanting a oh, that's not the right one. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What number am I trying to put on there? Uh-oh. Have you guys ever, okay, see, I feel like an idiot. Have any of you guys ever thought that you had the right drill down someplace only to realize that you made a boo-diddy-boo and put something else? Because did I put the right, oh no, okay, never mind. Oh, whew, I had the right drill. I just put the, man, I thought I was fixing to have to pick this canvas clean. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Y'all seeing me fiddle with the worst of things. Wow, so sorry. At least I don't have to go picking my canvas, so I guess that's good news, right? You know, I at least managed to avoid that disaster. I've done that enough. And you can't ever put the drills once they're on this canvas. You can't ever put them back in the box, or else they all stick together. So that's never fun. But yeah, my mom sent me a temperature gauge, the kind that you know you could just kind of shoot at your head. And I think I got it here. Where did I put it? Okay. So she got me, and it literally just came today. She got me one of these non-contact infrared thermometers. Y'all, that may seem like a crappy gift to some, but I like being able to instantly check the temperature, and I don't even have to touch the person. So, you know, and I'm going to tell you about why I really am so happy that I have this right now. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. I want to talk about a little bit more of these traditions here. Another person talked about decorating the Christmas tree as a child, being able to put the lights on and the ornaments while listening to Christmas music. Oh my gosh. I used to absolutely love when my kids were younger. It was a big old thing. You take out the Christmas tree, right? And now our Christmas tree, the lights were already on it. Thank goodness, because you know those getting them ball of lights out. I don't know about you guys, but I am not very successful untangling Christmas lights. I actually think one year I got so aggravated with it that I threw it down, and I was like, I cannot get this open. I can't get these untangled. So these are just, oh my gosh. And I was ripping at them and whatever. I frayed a couple of the lights. I ended up pretty much destroying the light set. And luckily my husband is really good with electronics and electricity, so he was able to repair it. Just like when my puppy dog chewed through the cord on my light pad, I didn't have to go cry and buy a whole new light pad, because lucky for me, he was able to fix it. But he decided that in order to save me that frustration on Christmas, since it was supposed to be a happy, joyous time, and I was not being all happy and joyous, let me tell you, when I'm having to deal with them lights. So he decided that his best course of action would be get me a tree that already had the lights on it. So what we'd do is we'd set up the tree, and we'd bring out all of the ornaments, and we let the kids, you know, I would very carefully unwrap the ornaments, because I wrapped each and every one of them up in, I'm curious if y'all have ever done this same thing. My mom, instead of going and buying lots of tissue paper, she would just go and get paper towel rolls. And so each of my ornaments were wrapped up in a paper towel. No kidding, in a paper towel. Hey, look, it worked. It kept them secure. It kept them safe. And, you know, all was good with the world, you know. So that's what I would do. Is my job was to take the ornaments and to unwrap them, and then be able to hand them to the kids, and the kids would find a spot on the tree. Now, when they were younger, obviously I would have to go back behind them, or my husband would pick them up and put them close to the tree where they could be able to reach the higher spots, because otherwise we'd have Christmas ornaments all around the bottom of the tree, and the top of the tree would be naked. And so, you know, we'd have to help them out there a little bit when it came to putting up the higher ornaments, until they all bypassed me in height. And, you know, now my son is 6 foot, and here I am, this little shorty. I say I'm 5'1", and they keep telling me that I'm shrinking, and that I would be perfect to play an elf. I'm like, hey, listen here, listen here, listen here. I like being short, you know, except when my husband tries to hide candies or chocolate in the top of a cabinet. He don't realize this little short chick likes her candy, and I'm going to climb up on that counter, and I will find out how to get to it. Don't you? I have actually taken a stool even and put it on the counter and very carefully got up there. I don't care. Don't you try to keep candies and chocolates away from me. Oh, no. No, this chick don't play that. If I see it and it's up there and I want it, I will find a way to get to it. And that's exactly what has happened so many times. So now he doesn't even try to hide them from me anymore, because he knows that I will just about break my neck to go get to them. So yeah, we had that same tradition, and the kids kind of, they still want to do it this year. Obviously, they have decided against it this year. I like the fact that another person talked about being able to give their kids an early gift to get them excited that Christmas was going to get here. Like, how cool is that, right? How would you like it if it was like December the 3rd or 4th, and you got a Christmas present, and it wasn't even Christmas yet, you know. How cool would that be? You know, you get a chance to open a present and get that whole excitement started. And I mean, trust me, I know Christmas presents are not the purpose of Christmas. But you have to admit that it's still kind of exciting to be able to open something unknown, right? It's kind of exciting to open something unknown. So sorry about my throat here. Another one was talking about being able to bake up. Her and her grandmother baked up a lot of stuff at Christmas, and I've never even like some of these. Oh my gosh, y'all, they made my mouth water when I read them. Talking about butter tarts and meat pies and cookies and squares and pastries and pies and cakes. Oh, see, I want all that. I want all of it. I want to try a meat pie. Like, is it mincemeat or is it like meat? But I don't care what it is. That still sounds good, right? It sounds good. And a butter tart. I don't know what a butter tart is, but I want to find out what a butter tart is. I want to try one of those. And I like how they also make a tradition to decorate shortbread cookies. Because that is, well, you know, people that can, and we do the decorating, but we do them on sugar cookies. So I like that. Another person talked about baking date nut bread every Christmas. Wow. See, that sounds really cool too. And I really like that, you know, these traditions, even though I know that right now, this year, we might not be able to do our traditions, but this, you know, guys, this isn't going to last forever. We're going to be able to get back to normal. That's my hope anyway. And once we get back to normal, you know, these Christmas traditions, we still hold dear and true to us, and we're going to be able to get back to them. I know it. Another person talked about being able to put the tree up as a family, make sugar cookies, and on Christmas Eve, they always read the night before Christmas, and the kids open one gift, which is always brand new PJs. So that way, you know, they're already ready for Santa, right? They got their Christmas PJs on, and when they crawl in the bed that Christmas Eve night, they're all ready for Santa to come and visit them. And they also talked about how throughout the month they get all excited about Christmas by watching some Christmas movies. And I'll tell you, that is the one thing I kind of have missed. I've been looking on Amazon Prime, the Prime Video. I've been looking on Netflix. I do hate that I don't have regular TV anymore, so I can't watch my the Hallmark movies. You know, those cute little Christmas Hallmark movies. I do have someone that was telling me how I could get them. And I have seriously considered that, because that was always a staple for me during Christmas time. It helped to get me in the Christmas spirit, watching all of these absolutely cute Hallmark Christmas movies. And I especially love, like, one of my favorites, absolute favorite, is when they have the Hallmark, like, Christmas mystery. You know, like there's been some sort of a either a murder, or they've been stolen or something, and somehow, like, one of the people that's not even a cop or anything, and like maybe it's the baker or whatever, and they help to investigate it. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like Christmas movie versus or mixed in together with Murder, She Wrote, you know. And oh gosh, I love those, because they always just have the cutest little things in it. You've always got some sort of little cutesy love romance angle to it. And, you know, how much better can you get than to be watching some really cute little Hallmark movies, right? Okay, so then we had another person that talked about how they always gift ornaments to people for Christmas, and we've done the same thing. We have tried to do a brand new ornament every year, and we'll give my mother an ornament. And so this year, obviously, I'm gonna have to wait, and I will mail her ornament, but it'll be after Christmas. And so that's always something that's really cool when you look at the tree, right? And you see ornaments from past years, you know, and you can think about the memories from those years, being able to look at the ornaments. Guys, I know I'm not getting a whole lot diamond painted here, but I mean, this is so always fascinating to me. And, you know, when you talk about those ornaments, and I know that we have done something similar where you have an ornament, you know, the year your kids are born. And so each of them have, and my kids have one too, each of them have a Christmas ornament that has their birth year on it. And, you know, we also started making ones for them, or getting them made, like where you could buy them and you could take them someplace and it would put the year on it and their name. My mom was always really good about finding those kind of ornaments and giving those to the kids for different years. She didn't do it for every year, but she did do it for certain occasions. And so this person was talking about, you know, being able to have ones from their births, with their birth statistics, also hanging up the ones that kids made in schools, new hobbies they've taken up, character ones from movies they enjoyed, and I actually have one of those. My husband is he is a huge Star Wars fan, right? You know, he's read all of the Star Wars books. He's watched all the movies so many times that he can quote the movies, you know, and so sometimes it's really difficult to watch the Star Wars movies with him because he will tell me every robot and what their type they are. And yeah, and I'm like, yeah, fascinating, honey, because I mean, I like Star Wars, don't get me wrong, but I'm not into it as much as he is, quite. And so I went one year and I found him a Darth Vader ornament. And this Darth Vader ornament, you push the button and it had that lightsaber sound, and then you had, you know, from Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father. Yeah. He still makes me put that on the tree every single year because that's his Star Wars ornament. And so, you know, and I totally agree that, you know, they were talking about how it might not look like a storefront Christmas tree, but you know what? I think being able to have Christmas trees that reflect your memories of your family are amazing. Like, I even still have, my mother, when I got married, one of the gifts that she gave me was some Christmas ornaments from when I was a kid that have my, not only mine, but they have my father's name and her name, and some little special ones from them. So, you know, that makes being able to look at my Christmas tree every year and see those ornaments, you know, it brings you back to memories that you have growing up. So even if you're an adult, you can still have those ornaments, you know, and I fully plan on passing down and some of the ornaments that are the kids and passing them down to them, right, as they are getting older and moving on and having their own families. I think that would be something that they would treasure, because I know I treasure mine. I had another one talk about cookies and putting the tree together, which is really cool. Okay, this one is so cute. Watching Christmas cartoons and opening some gifts at midnight. And now they make warm rice pudding, arroz con leche, and arroz con leche. I probably said that wrong. I am so sorry. My Spanish is not great. I know I have a hard time rolling those R's. Arroz con leche. For breakfast, and they open presents like that. To me, that is so amazing of a tradition. And now here's one that was a really, really cool tradition, talking about celebrating St. Nicholas Day on December 6th. And so they put their shoes outside and hung their stockings on the fireplace. And St. Nick always brings an orange, some candy, chocolates, and a small gift. Like, how cute is that? Oh my gosh, like that. That's why I love hearing about these traditions. It's so amazing to hear what some of the people that, you know, you guys have gotten to do. Seeing Santa, taking your kids to see Santa, and baking for the holidays. Oh man, y'all going to visit Santa. And I do know, that's not possible this year. Now, granted, my kids are too old. If they showed up to try to sit on Santa's lap at the age that they are now, Santa would probably take one look at him and go, no. I know it says from kids from 0 to 92, but he'd be like, no, y'all aren't sitting on my lap. But I can remember I still have all of their pictures hanging here from when they were little, and we would take them to go see Santa. And when their first visit is never a pretty picture, because I had one of my kids, as soon as we put them in Santa's lap, of course, they burst into tears. And so all I've got is a picture of, like just absolute crying. I had another one that was looking at Santa like Santa had something up his nose, like a boogie was hanging out or something. And you've got this really weird look like, who you? Only one of my children readily hopped on Santa's lap didn't hop, we put them on there, but gladly sat there and didn't cry, didn't whatever. But my other two, no, they pitched a fit. But as I got older, I really still loved being able to have those Santa pictures. Another person talked about getting up in the morning and unwrapping gifts and then going to their parents' house and having a barbecue lunch. I never really thought about that. Being able to, instead of having your, the traditional stuff, having something a little untraditional. Here in Florida, on Christmas Eve, we go and we open presents with my mother-in-law. Well, not this year, but, in the past, we've gone and opened presents. And being from Florida, and I never had this anytime in Alabama, trust me. Being in Florida, we have seafood. We eat seafood for Christmas Eve. I'm hoping that that'll still be made and a little bowl can be left outside of our house and I can get it. I don't know. I still want to be able to have some of that. Would be really cool. And so I like that tradition. Let's see, what was another one? Yep, we had another one with pajamas, movie, hot chocolate, candy, old-fashioned popcorn movie maker. Like, man, those are so cool. And I used to work at a movie theater, so I really love those. And they make something called hot cocoa bombs. You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I want, girl, you got to tell me how to make hot cocoa bombs. Something I want to make hot cocoa bombs. Tell me what those are and how to make them. I would love to know that one. And, okay, here's a unique holiday tradition. A candy cane hunt. Oh, my gosh. They hide 3 to 4 boxes of candy canes throughout the house. And as they're found, they either eat them or put them on a tree. I never would have thought to add a candy cane hunt. Like, how much, like, that gives them a whole nother activity to do on Christmas. Like, wow, that is a really cool tradition. Being able to spend time with children and grandchildren, that's a really good one. I never really thought about having a cooking baking exchange. Like, we bake cookies, but then, like, whatever cookies you made are the ones that you pack up. But how cool would it be to make cookies and then give them to other members of the family, and they do the same thing? So you're giving them cookies you made and decorated, and you're getting cookies that they made and decorated. I think that would be kind of cool, right? Christmas breakfast. See, look at this. Open presents, youngest to oldest. Now, we have kind of a tradition like that as well, in that, because we have actually tried to, we want to be able to enjoy, the joy of seeing the kids and the family members opening up their presents, because it's so much fun to give and to be able to see that look of joy on their face when they open up a present that that they absolutely would love, right? And so, knocking stuff over. And so, we make them, we'll divvy out all of the presents, right, to everybody first. Everybody's got their little stack in front of them. And then we do one present at the time. And so what we do is we'll start with the youngest, and the youngest gets their present, and they open up their first present, and everybody gets to see it and ooh and ah over it, and we get to see their expression and how they're loving it. And then we go to the next oldest. And so on and so forth. And then we'll start all over again, right? And this way, it's not watching one person opening it for like ever and then go on to the next one. So we do kind of take turns. So one of the things that I have always had to make sure of is that I spend the same amount of money on my kids, but I also try to get the same number of gifts. So, it's not like, well, this person has more gifts to open than, Now, as they've gotten older, it hasn't been as bad because they know that the older they are, the more expensive the gifts are. And when their brother was younger, his gifts were less expensive. So, I could do a few more on his and they would understand. But generally, you try to get them about the same amount so that they all have the same amount to open. And, it doesn't even have to be expensive. Like if you know that you've already spent a lot on one present, you could get a couple of the cheaper presents that are still ones that they enjoy or something that you make. And it kept things from people from fighting as much, because it's not about the presents. That's what I've told them. It's not about the presents. It's about being able to spend time, and it's the thought that counts. Because we encourage our kids to actually make presents for each other, because that's going to be something that is going to last throughout the years. It's something that they will remember when they're older even. So we had another one. Let me see. Hold on. Yep. See, someone else made fruitcake cookies just like my grandmother did. Oh, and if you haven't tried divinity candy, you gotta try them. It's so good. I am going to learn how to do this. Yep. And see, another person that opens the presents one after each, one at the time. I love that. And you know what? I can sympathize. Someone has a kid whose birthday is December 25th. Now, my daughter's birthday is December 20th, so it's not the 25th. But we've always made it a point to celebrate her birthday separate from Christmas, because some people will be like, oh, here's a Christmas present, and it's also your birthday present. And she used to hate that because she's like, Mom, I feel like that out of all the kids, like they all get this, separate birthday, and I don't because it's right there close to Christmas. So we've always made a huge point in trying to make sure that she got a separate birthday. Another one, being able to make and bake cookies. Now, I like this one. Christmas Eve, gathered together, and our brother played guitar while they sang along. How amazing would that be, right? To sing Christmas carols. That's another tradition that I wish that we had. Now, I can't hold a tune to save my life, but that don't mean that I'm not going to sing me some Christmas carols, right? I like singing the Christmas carols. It just gets you all in that Christmas spirit. And I used to even go with my church when we would go Christmas caroling back when I was staying with my grandmother. But, I like that whole getting together and singing, and especially if you got people that are musically talented, they can play a song. So that's so amazing. Another person's tradition is to pick out their Christmas tree after Thanksgiving. And I will have to say that I have never had a real life tree for Christmas, neither my grandparents or my mom or anything. So I've never actually gotten to experience a real Christmas tree. One year I'd like to do it just to be able to see what it would be like. So I would imagine that has to smell so amazing in the house, right? We talk about another person talking about singing Christmas songs all season long, watching the movies, and every year they watch Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Oh yeah. I have to say it's probably one of my favorite movies is the Christmas Vacation. Every year, and here's another one. Every Christmas Eve they got pajamas and a book. That is pretty cool, right? Being able to get pajamas and a book. So you get your pajamas on, and then you read the book for Christmas Eve. Like, how neat is that? I like that. Wow, that's a pretty cool one. Let me see what's in. Another one got together and played card and board games the entire day. and eat Mexican food. Hey, see, look, that sounds like a cool thing for me. I love playing games. That would be a cool one. Let's see, what's another one? Oh, not that one. Okay. Oh, sorry. We got a lot of. It looks like a lot of people like to be able to decorate cookies and everything. And I like this when they went through on weekends. They go through the local neighborhoods and look at all the houses with the lights and everything. We used to do that too, right? We'd ride through the neighborhood and we'd look at all the different Christmas lights and stuff, because like our lights weren't very extravagant because of where we lived in the country. Like nobody's coming by, but we loved seeing just how extravagant. Some people, one of our neighbors, they added something every single year to their Christmas display out front, and I mean it looked, wow, it could rival Disney with how many lights were in that thing. Let me see. Another one is decorating on the weekend of Thanksgiving. My mother-in-law does that. Let's see. Oh, now here is something that's kind of interesting that I didn't really think about. On the 21st, we should be able to see the Christmas star for the first time in 800 years. Oh, I'm going to have to go look at that. How cool is that? Wow, in 800 years. We have another one where when the tree goes up, their husband and them turn off all the lights, leave the tree lights on, have hot chocolate, and look at the tree and talk about upcoming plans, gifts that they want to give, the gifts that they're excited to see the kids and grandkids open, and talk about how blessed they are. Now, that right there, that is pure like heartwarming to me. Heartwarming. And then on New Year's Eve, they have mimosas with the lights down and the tree lit, and watch fireworks out by the fire pit. Oh, y'all, that sounds like an absolute dream. Another person talks about going, same as we did. You get the ornament and you go take it to the store and personalize it with the name and the year. And that they go and bring a tree as well. That is really cool. Let me see. And this last one, fill Christmas stockings for each other. Now that's pretty cool. Like where you take all of the kids and you give each of them a stocking and they fill out the stocking for somebody else. That's pretty neat. I will say that we do stockings. My mother-in-law has stockings. I have stockings. And okay, maybe I'm a strange one, but I also have stockings for the dogs. Okay, so listen. So this year I need, well, I need 6 stockings, because now the dog that I called Bella is now going to my son. He's actually going to be picking Bella up I think Wednesday, and taking Bella back home with him. And Bella's name is no longer Bella. It is now Aloy, which is actually after a video character. She's supposed to be some sort of a strong warrior character. So that is the name that my child has chosen for his new puppy, and I have to respect that. I am good. I told him I may still slip up and call her Bella, because that was the name that I gave her, and he said, just try. So I am gonna try. I am gonna try the new name, Aloy. I just kind of got to get used to it. Now, at this end, before I tell you the question that I want you to answer, I'm just going to go ahead and say that one of the reasons that this year is very different for us is that my husband, he just got diagnosed with COVID. So we are under quarantine. I have to stay on one end of the house because I'm trying not to, because I am negative at this point. But I am still in the same house, and I do still have to take care of him. And so I am under quarantine as well. And I am trying to take care of him. But our kids have tested negative, and they have gone to go stay with other members of the family. Uh, but they weren't in contact with my husband like I was. And so it's very different because we won't be off of quarantine until I think it's like Christmas Day. So all of the traditions that we've done in the past, we're not going to be able to do. But you know what? It's okay. We'll still have a Christmas, even if we have to do a late Christmas. We will still figure out some way, somehow. Our goal right now is just to keep each other's spirits up and to be able to remember that it's still Christmas, and we will still get an opportunity, even if we have to do it through FaceTime or whatever, to see each other and spend time with each other, because that's what really matters, is just being able to, even if it's on a phone call, just to be able to reach out and talk to them. Will I miss getting an opportunity to see them? Of course, but you know, we're still going to get to see each other some way, somehow, at some point when this is all over. And I truly believe that. And so I'm blessed that I have an amazing family that I do. In fact, my daughter Jasmine, she is going to be making dinners and bringing them to us so that we have some additional dinners that we don't have to cook. And I'm really grateful to my kids. I have some amazing kids, and I know y'all have heard me brag about them, but I'm very proud to have such amazing kids. I don't know how I lucked up as much as I did. But I want to thank y'all so much for listening to. I had planned on, honestly, what I had planned on talking about was some Christmas gifts and stuff and toys that I'd gotten, kind of like Kara did on hers. And then I decided, you know what, since I had y'all answer the question of what Christmas traditions did you have, I wanted to go ahead and kind of, you know, tell everybody about y'all's, you know, because some of these Christmas traditions are absolutely wonderful, and I loved hearing about them. So the question that I want you to answer for this Whip and Chat is, tell me what was a couple of your favorite toys or gifts that you got growing up. Like, what is something that when you think about that gift, it brings back those Christmas memories of either waking up and seeing that present from Santa, or opening that package and getting something that you really, really, really wanted. And so on the next Whip and Chat, what I will talk about is y'all's favorite toys, my favorite toys, and we'll do that because I have really enjoyed talking about your Christmas traditions along with my Christmas traditions. And I just really enjoy that y'all are wanting to spend this time with me, and I get a chance to know you guys a little bit better, and y'all get a chance to know me. And this has really been an absolute amazing collaboration, and I love each and every one of y'all, and I am so thankful that y'all are a part of my journey here, and that y'all are part of my Diamonds family. Okay, so I didn't get a whole lot diamond painted, but that's okay. That's okay. I will get more done. I just want to go ahead and leave you like I always do. Reach for the stars. Grab hold. Hold on. And never let go. Until my next video. Bye, guys.